In this journey, we are going to next number 25. Okay, it is your time.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
To wise and prudent judges who are honest and trustworthy, and you all audience that I am proud of. If we take flashback, the first president, the proclaimer, the son of the Tao, Mr. Engineer Sukarno once said in his speech, "Give me 10 youngsters and I will surely shake the world." 77 years we have been independent from the colonizers, but for 77 years we continue to be colonized by our own nations. So it is true what Sukarno said in his speech. My struggle is easier because it is against the invaders, but your struggles will be more difficult because it's against your own people. I don't mean to demonize our nation, but reality speaks for itself. Thousands of children are bullied, dozens of women are raped, even millions of poor people are starving. All of these things may not only happen because of our own actions, of our own nations, but most of them are masterminded by our own nation. However, instead of continuously demonizing our own nation, it's better for us to introspect that we also have our own mistakes. We continue to ignore that mistake until we don't realize that it's a big impact on the continuity of society. I'm here to invite you to a call, namely Stop Bullying. I am back with the title of the speech, The Stopper of the Motherland. Ladies and gentlemen, why at the beginning of the opening I present so many cases that occur in Indonesia, such as bullying, rape, and poverty, even though the theme that I brought was just stop bullying? Well, let's first take care of what bullying is. According to the latest research from Canada, bullying is the misuse of power or power possessed by an individual. The power in question is two. The first is the relation power, and the second is the self-power. As the name suggests, the relation power is the power that comes from relationships such as friends. Surely we have seen bullying actions carried out by a group of students against other students, whether they are close or with their friends, but their numbers are smaller. This type of bullying is often found anywhere. The self-power bullying is the misuse of power, or power is the misuse of personal advantage to compare or boost against other students who have shortcomings. In simple lines, bullying covers almost every crime on earth, whether it's corruption, murder, or even rape. Once again, all of these things are acts of bullying, but to an extreme degree. From what I explained earlier, that bullying is the root of every problem on earth. At first, this likes look matters and trivial, but as Margaret Thatcher says, what's your thought, or they become your words. What's your words, or they become your actions. What's your actions, or they become your habit. What's your habits, or they become your character. What's your character, or they become your destiny. In other words, what you say is what you become. From what Margaret Thatcher said, we can conclude that small things can have a big impact on a person's life and even on that person's destiny. Now, imagine, we know that in Indonesia there are a lot of bullies running around. Well, this bullying will take place so that it becomes a habit and then character, and even worse, destiny. An individual can influence another individual, and as I said earlier, that there is such a thing as relation power. When they group, they will become stronger, and they will certainly continue together to hurt. And guess what the worst possibility is? Initially, it's the destiny of one person to become the murderer because he influences his friends, and things continue to spread and are common to do that this will become a trend among them, and it becomes the destiny of one province, one city, and then the destiny of one province, and then the destiny of one country. Do you want the country that your children and grandchildren will live in to be a country of depraved bullying? Of course, if you are still safe, you will say no. My fellow students, bullying is our common enemy. Why do I say so? Because if you are still safe, you will say no, as in the previous paragraph. As I previously said, that Indonesian education is still up to date, and it is a troubling bully. Therefore, I stand here in front of you all, want to invite to the same chain, namely, campaign Stop Bullying. The way that we can do to prevent is to mark the bully sudden and to pay attention to his movement, so his bully activities can be prevented, and we, as fellow students, must take care of each other. There's nothing more I can say, because actually the country and our family often remind about this bullying. To shorten the duration, maybe this is all I can say. If there's a mistake, please forgive. And if you get the truth, please fight. Final words.